I'm just gonna try to find the chat as well. Test first, OBS settings. Yeah, how do I find the chat? Phonics for my stream. Navigate to your live stream post. What's restream? The post you shared. Okay, so I need to share a post of the live stream or what? So here is a chat, and I can pop out the chat. Okay, perfect. So if I go to my profile, sorry, this is a bit off topic, but I just want to set this up. Yeah, okay, cool. Seems to work. Cool. All right, let's go. Right. So I'm trying to fix what happens when we highlight the goblin. When this highlight function, when he becomes green here, that's supposed to happen when I click on him. But now I'm just debugging his this highlight function. So it's creating a new mesh, but I think it's going to be very hard to get that to sync with the animation of the goblin. I mean, I am a beginner. I'm not a pro on developing these kind of things. I'm trying to learn. But I was thinking about something not in the shower, but almost. And that is glow. Can we make this mesh glow? Yeah, happy Thursday, Naviduki. Happy Thursday. It is a nice Thursday. It looks a bit sunny today here. How are you, my friend? The mesh is not... The glowing mesh is not in sync with the animation of the goblin. Do we need to sync that somehow? Or can we just add some glow effect on the mesh of the goblin to get that for free? Temporary glowing effect. Okay, updated script. What is material override? Goblin mesh. Material override. Yeah, what happens here if we do that? It crashes. Get surface material. Does not exist on mesh instance. Open documentation. Get surface override material. On mesh instance 3D. Only surface override material exists. What is a surface override material? Get active material, maybe. Maybe that's what they mean. That's... He just becomes like a ghost. It's a pretty cool effect though. But that's not what I'm after. And the lantern... Hmm. Get active material worked. However, this makes the goblin just look like a ghost instead of adding this material as a layer on top of the underlying one. And when it fades, the whole goblin fades until it gets back its material. So can we set like active material 2 or something? Active material. No, but this doesn't work because it creates... It creates the base mesh in its unanimated position. No, this is not the right way to do it. Let's try a new conversation. How can I add glow to a mesh in Godot 4.4? What's material overlay? Ah, maybe it's a material overlay I want. Can we not just do material overlay is null instead of using the override here? Yeah, that worked. Nice. Cool. I mean, that's a pretty cool effect in general. Like when you hit him. Feels pretty good. Now I want this to happen when we let's see. What's up, Bombaclat? Yeah, not just text anymore. I moved it over to Godot to visualize it a bit. Where am I calling highlight? Yeah, I'm calling it from the player. I want to call it like highlight selected. Highlight select. And this should now happen when we click it. Here, if somewhere here we need to sense that we are clicking the goblin. Sense that we are, if result here, I think. If clicking goblin, attack it, go for attacking it and highlight the goblin. Thank you, man. Thank you. I got a lot of inspiration this last few days, so I've been cranking out some, and I found a really good tool for creating the 3D models. So like I'm not a 3D modeler myself, but I use this. Is the highlight animation already updated? So these were created from ChatGPT prompts. And then, so I created these images, like create a character like something from Lord of the Rings, adventure game. Then it created an image. I put that into an AI tool that created the mesh and then added the texture. And then I could also rig it in that tool and it had some animations. And then I've just been tinkering with that, giving them some items, playing around with that. Yeah, it's really fun. Adding some props, little tree stuff. Wait, I'm just gonna check for the glow effect. There is apparently emission on materials. Why is that not? Why can't I change that? Is it because I have an override now? No. Got it to work with material overlay instead. Now I want this function to be triggered when the player clicks the goblin. How can we make that happen? Oops, I'll move this here. This is the player code. Eventually I need to get back like an actual an actual entity. Selecting the goblin effect. Then we could add like goblin goblin would be attacking when, no, goblin standing still, attacking back when attacked. Neutral, attacking back when attacked. And then we can actually add some like, add combat calculations with health and death. If it was, we'll call goblin highlight select and make the player chase the goblin. Yeah, we get the result even, that's perfect. Ah, it's that easy. Really? I'm liking Godot more and more, I must say. Else. Why is that wrong? Ah, of course. Navigation aid is chasing goblin. Is false. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Boom. That's some good feedback. That feels great. Nice. And then we could add stuff like the lantern should be highlighted as well. Maybe that's a bit overkill right now. Yeah, I think it's overkill right now. This is just a prototype. I wonder if there is any utility in making the goblin standing still. Maybe not. That doesn't add much to the prototype, actually. Some health and combat calculations will, though. And then there's always the refactoring. There's a lot of code duplication now. I'm really happy about the glow effect, that it works. So how should I manage this? I should probably make like a character class and let them both use the same stuff, like spawn damage number, take damage, smooth rotate to, like all of these things are the same. which bot do we use now? Let's try Grok again. In my Godot 4.4 game, I have a goblin and player. They share a lot of things like animations, rotation logic, they will share taking damage, health, dealing damage, etc. logic as well. Right now they are two different files. I want them to share as much code as possible. What's a good way to structure that in Godot? Goblin code. Right now they are each a node 3D in the root node of the game scene, having their own tscn file which contains the mesh, the animation player, and gear like a sword attached to the arm, to the hand. Goblin code. And the code is attached on the tscn node under the node 3D node in the root. Goblin code. Player code. I want to focus a bit on the code now, make it clean and reusable so that it's easier to add new stuff. Because if we make this easy, it should be pretty painless to add new monsters and stuff. Honestly, why not just also send this to ChatGPT? Oh, 4 mini high. Exported, so each subclass can tweak. FSM. State machine. Yeah. Let's try that. How do I make this a character base? I like inheritance over composition in this case, I think. Let me try. I will try to add a new goblin and do it this way. So new scene. Character body. Yeah, exactly. It should be like this. What should I call this? Model or something? Node. Armature. And then now what if I duplicate this? New goblin scene. Let's create a folder for characters. Okay. Copy. Base character. Character body 3D. This will have a script. I found that starting out, like when starting a project, prototyping, it's actually better to not optimize things in the beginning, like writing the code perfectly, following all the like do not repeat yourself, etc. practices, but just like get something out and then optimize uh, once you know what you're building. I found that to be a bit helpful actually. Like in this case, there's a lot of code duplication, but now I kind of know how I would like this to be structured because of that. It helps a lot. It's kind of hard to know that in on beforehand. So what do they have? They have a armature, navigation agent, collision shape. Wait. Can't operate on nodes that the current scene inherits from. What? What do they mean? What? Node 3D. Okay, if I make a new inherited, can I do it then? No. Don't save. When trying to create a new TSCN with a base character, I took one of the existing scenes for the goblin, but I can't move its armature into a character body 3D node or a node 3D for that matter. It just says can't operate on nodes the current scene inherits from. Script inheritance. In character base, you reference character model whenever you need talk to the mesh skeleton. Now in the file system, new inherited scene. What's best here? Maybe we should take the easiest approach first. But what did Grok say? The base character script can handle the shared logic, while player and goblin scripts extend it to implement their specific behaviors. Okay, let's try this approach then. Let's delete the base character then. Don't save. I don't know what this was. Don't save. Can close the fence, the lantern. New script. Base character. I like the vibes of ChatGPT's code better. Maybe it's just because I read it and I kind of followed what it was doing. Base character, character base. Rename, okay, close. No, I like base character better. And this just extends node. Common on ready refs. I guess here we need to change something because they are under Goblin node. Here I would just need this to be have a common name. So this would be like model, character model. Character model / animation player. Is this working now? Yeah. So cool. Actually get some dopamine when you click this guy. There is some feedback there. So cool. Boom. Could give some feedback when he's getting hit as well, like a little white glow effect or something. Or like a red. It's like, imagine. Boom. Boom. Fighting distance, path height offset. I like the structure of this code. Because this is the stuff they already share. Took damage. What is this? Hello. What's up? Sra. Oh, we're using tab now instead of space. What? What happened? Why? Wait. Okay, I get space from... Where do the tabs come from? When I press save, it adds tabs. Why? That's annoying. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. This is ugly, but can I do 1, 2 space and replace it with a tab? No. When trying to save this to Godot, it changes from spaces for indentation to tabs and then complains about the tabs. What to do? In my other files, I use tabs. I can move it over to VS Code and modify it there. Editor settings. Text editor. Behavior. It's because there are two... Okay, so this is gonna work if I replace 2 spaces with 4 and then press save. Yeah, good. VS Code plus augment AI. What's augment AI? Damn it, gotta go. Movement logic, smooth, rotate, and then damage plus feedback. Let me just update the to-do file. Oh, I should undo, by the way, this space thing. I need to do it on all of it at the same time. Otherwise, I'm going to create too many spaces in the first section. 1, 2 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, replace all, and then save. Boom. Okay, to do. Create complete first version base character script and use it in Goblin and player. And then we can add some combat calculations. I think this one is like least priority to have it standing still. It's basically like ChatGPT, but better. You can see your workspace. Whenever you have an error or a bug, it can scan all your other files and decide based on them also. Nice. Yeah, I use Cursor. It's similar. So here's a little demo of what's going on. Player just standing idle here, getting hit by a goblin. No combat calculations added yet, but we can navigate around. And when you navigate, you see where you're going with this like little green circle. There is a bug though, they're not navigating around each other. They can like navigate around the fence automatically or like around the tree, but not around each other. And now when I click the goblin, we get this feedback that we selected the goblin. It becomes green. There's a bug in the tween. If we click many times, there is like a callback after a timer, a few seconds, like 1.5 seconds. So it like disappears. But if I keep calling it, it will just like, there are these callbacks that come and just instantly kill it. It's a bit bugged, but it's a prototype. Anyway, that's all for this session. Gotta go. But yeah, it was a good session. Did some progress in just this 1 hour. See you later. See you next time.